Okay, we're gonna see if my laptop will do this with the EasyVid running so I can show you guys how to do a T5. T5 not only needs your CS equipped properly and everything and range crews, but you gotta also have a strategy of how you do the T5. Alright? Now, I'm going to go ahead and go through this, and at the end I'm going to show you my builds and tell you the recommended levels to begin to attempt T5. Right now, wave 1, no big deal. Just launch CSs, your capital ships, kill them. Wave 2 and 4 is the ones you've got to have some strategy. You got to have at least 5 capital ships, 6 preferred, red capital ships. And they all have to have at least AMR, antimatter rounds on them. And if you notice, my range is plenty good. And I don't worry about a little bit of damage on the pylons. I don't even worry about losing one pylon. Okay, now wave 2. I'm going to launch 4 capital ships only. I got 6. And I'm going to save those last 2 till the very end. There's 2 capital ships at the very end. One has a heavy leech, and one has a stun. And you need to have 2 capital ships for the very end in case you get stunned, or otherwise you're going to lose some pylons. And the advanced matter rounds, or the AMR, save that till the very end. Till, or not very end, wave 4. I'm sorry. I'm not doing good today. Now, if you notice, that one capital ship had a stun, and I launched my other 2 out there, and I killed them, and I saved my pylons. Now, wave 3, no big deal. Now, wave 4. This is tricky. Launch 1 capital ship. Hit AMR, antimatter rounds. Notice I'm not launching another one yet. Now I'm launching another. Hit the antimatter rounds. Your antimatter rounds, yes, they'll last the entire round, but you don't get the full effect the entire round. Plus, there's stuns. Don't worry about those little ones. There's several stuns in wave 4 that will cause you all kinds of trouble. I'm going to launch another one, hit AMR. And I was actually able to do that with just 3 capital ships. If you do it right, on lower level equipment, you can get by with 6 capital ships. I did do it with 5, but it makes it a lot easier with 6. If I remember right, I was able to get into T5. All my passives on the capital ship had to be level 60. All the weapons had to be level 60. Oh, I forgot one passive. The green laser boost, I had at level 90. Because you need the range. But everything else is at 60. The armor, it varies. You only need about 25 to 30,000 armor plating. You don't really need a lot if you've got all the defensive abilities, which I can't recall at the moment. We'll go through that here in a minute when I get to the end of the rift. But once you get past wave 4, you're pretty much home free. Just launch and forget. Wave 2 and 4 is the ones you've got to watch for. And the timing is critical. You just got to keep playing with the timing on wave 2 and 4. If you notice those little ships, they don't do a lot of damage themselves. It's those capital ships that really come out you've got to kill fast. They do damage to those pylons fast. The bad thing is you can't control the targeting. It's just drop and forget. The AI does everything else. I could probably, now that I've got my capital ships upgraded a little bit, I could probably just do this with 4, but launching 4 on each way, but I just drop them all and forget about it. Why take chances? Now, if I'm running a rift with somebody else, I'll only drop 4. Sometimes I forget, but most of the time I'll just drop 4 if they're deploying too. Unless, of course, we want a laser light show, and then we'll just drop them all. And that's a done deal. Okay, now we're going to go over a few things here. This is my cruise. Now, you got to understand your crit hit chance caps at 45% in the game. This has come from a game developer that works on the game. It is capped in the game at 45%. They give you 5%. So to get the full 45%, you're going to want 3 crit hit chance crews. And you'll lose. You don't. One of them you don't have to upgrade all the way if you don't want to, but you to upgrade it all the way, you get more fleet power, which helps you on your operations. And 3 crit hit chance crews will actually give you a 50%, but like I said, it's capped at 45, so you lose 5%. You don't need more. More ain't going to do any good because it's only going to stop at 45%. So my 4th red crew, I use fleet damage increase. That increases my damage. And if you notice, I don't use the crew abilities. I found crew abilities, they cause the game to crash a lot. Don't know why, but they do. Okay. Now, I've got 5 level 80 weapons range crews that increases my range by 70. Now these go on top of your weapons range. To start with, so this weapons range is 300 on a nuclear laser turret. 5 times 7, so you add 350 to that. And that puts me at a 650 range right there before any other boost. Now, this passive laser boost, I'm boosting in 70%. Now this goes on top of the crews. So the crews go on first. You're at 650. Now you multiply by the 70%, which is my level 90. You can go to 100. And then you find out what your range is, which is going to be up there somewhere around, well, I can calculate it. And just to show you, 5 times 70%. Oh, clear that. That wasn't supposed to be a 70%. 70 times 5 is 350. Now I add my range of the laser. I'll clear that. 350. Where's that plus sign? There it is. 300. That's 650. Now we take this 70% over here, multiplied by 70%. That's 455. Clear this out. That's 650 plus 455. That's my range of my lasers. That's plenty range. Okay, but you need to have them up around level, that laser boost around level 90, and you need to have your crews maxed out. Now, let's see here. Have I still got one? No, I don't. I had these at level 70, all my lasers, which is I'm using 3 clones. 1 capital ship restores its plating, and 1 damage increase. Okay. Now there, it is not, Braxton will say it's not optimal, but it works fine for me. The capital ship plating restores. Which we also refer to as a leaching turret. I'm going to be replacing later. Actually, I'm probably about to the point where I can replace it on this capital ship because I've been upgrading it. Notice I didn't take it up past 75. I've got everything else, but when I upgrade my plating on this one more, I'm going to change this to a damage laser. The plating, pretty much, see, this one reduces all critical damage received. The capital ship's plating is increased. This plating reduces all incoming damage. This is a real good one, but it's hard to find. Reflects 10% of all damage dealt. And this one's okay, but it works. Reduces all incoming damage. Now, passives, they're standard on all my ships. I got weapons cooling, that increases my fire rate. I got laser boost. I got a supercharged processor, which increases my critical hit damage dealt by the capital ship, which I don't remember. I think the critical hit is 100% over what your normal damage would be on your capital ship. So with this on here, that's like a 325% increase. Then I got polished focusing crystal times 2, which increases my damage. Now, like I said, these at level 70. This, as long as you've got, well, see, I've got one at 23 plating, and it lives fine, but 29, you should be fine. You need antimatter rounds and, excuse me, shield relay drive. This is real important. You want 1, 2, 3, at least 4 of them. One is activated, and your fleet becomes invulnerable at level 58 for 1.58 seconds, and it fires every 4.84 seconds. So if you got 4 of them firing and you didn't deploy, if you deployed them right, you can actually stay invulnerable for this whole 5 seconds. Now, your antimatter rounds, not as long as you got them, they don't have to be up real high. 30, 40 is plenty to get into T5, or the Rift level T5, Tier 5. The shield relay, not a real big deal as long as they're up around 40 to 50. 60 is great. As you see, I don't have all mine that high. Let me see if I can find one. I got auto reloaders on this one for a defensive ability, which increases my fleet damage by 14.2% for 2.34 seconds every 5 seconds. Let's see here. Another one. Let's see, that's shield relay override. Or fleet reflection shield. This one reflects 38.5% of all damage dealt to fleet for 3 seconds every 5 seconds. But in order for this to work, your shield relay override can't be active. You've got to take damage to reflect that 38.5% back.